All right, everyone, Babylon here. Hey, today's mission is episode 46, Advanced Order. This one takes a little bit of time. Uh, we'll get it started. We'll go see what we have
This
to do.
one's for Sinitai.
I know we got
They
food we
want
have
it
to
done quick
prepare, stuff like
and
that,
clean.
but can't remember
They
exactly
want to bring
what it
in a
all is
heap
or
of
what I
new
saw the
people,
other day.
but
But
till they got the
it is
facilities
time
in orbit
consuming.
to hold them, it's just a dream.
Unfortunately,
So they need a pile of resources from the
Sandbox
surface and think
did
you're
not
the
get
one to help.
recorded.
Are they
Well, I
wrong?
did record it, but it was all blurred for some reason. And I just watched this video, and apparently I fixed what the problem was. But unfortunately, that video is not going to be coming out. So this one takes its place. I wish it didn't because it was a pretty lengthy
You're
one.
here for Sinitai,
I mean, you hit.
and if you get it right,
I'd say when you
they'll
go
be
down
there for
there,
you.
uh,
All you
take
gotta
the
do
stuff
now
that you.
is
I think
get
it'd be
that stuff
faster if you
back to
just came
orbit.
back to your base, no matter where it was
They've
at,
dropped
and
units
just
at
built the
points
stuff there at
marked
your
on your
base. I
map.
tried to build it all down there, and
Should
it
be
took
easy enough
almost
if
five
this
hours.
weren't Icarus.
So, so there's that for you. So, word of warning: when you figure out what you got to do, then if I was you, I'd just go back to your base and fix everything, make everything. Uh, then take it back down and place it and everything, and get it knocked out that way. This one here, both of them are in the Arctic. I'm going to cut most of the travel time out, but I'm taking the stuff to it and put it that way to you. A lot of that stuff that we wind up already having, I only had to make a very few few deals of it. Uh, but it's really not all that difficult, other than the cooking side of it. I had to go get some meat, had to do some hunting, had to go get some extra stuff I didn't have, which was crazy. Took quite a bit of farm time, which I think I cut most of that out. And but the cooking's there and everything, but it still took after still took about 2 hours, but I got it down to like an hour and 11 minutes or so, or 12 minutes or something like that. But hopefully, hopefully I can get some stuff. Uh, how you want to say it? Straightened out to where I can stream. Like I said, from the looks of it, I'm going to have to move everything into another room on the other side of the house and be closer to the internet uh, router, so that way I can plug straight into it. That's just going to take some time. Get some couple of guys over to help do that. Outside of that, I mean, I'm looking forward. We're almost done with this here. I think there's like 8 or 9 missions left before the Great Hunt starts. Then we'll get that done, and then we'll be moving over to Styx. Uh, so I'm looking at probably a couple of weeks. We'll be hopefully I can be up streaming, so because I want to really stream Styx because it's going to be all new character and a new map. You know, 'cause that's going to be kind of interesting to see how all that takes place on there. Uh, I don't. I think from what I've seen on some videos there that it didn't show that many missions as this one did. So I don't know how much lengthy time it's going to be on there or not. Friends of mine want me to play Ark Ascended with them, uh, so I need to learn how to play that. Got it downloaded. Man, it took a long time since I'm not hooked straight into it. You can tell the difference because I used to have the computer plugged into the router before with an Ethernet cord, and shoot Call of Duty would download in like 3 hours. You know, so
All you gotta do
it makes a
now
big
is
difference.
get that stuff back to orbit.
Here you see we gotta make some guns, ammo, stuff like that. Like I said, most of that I already had, but we knocked that out pretty fast. But we did have to make the guns and stuff. But we'll get it all knocked out here in a few minutes. But yeah, it made a big difference. I mean, it took almost 16 hours to download 212 gigabytes. So yeah, it's gonna be pretty interesting. Hopefully, I can get that. Like I said, get everything moved back there and get it all set up, and then turn around and hook up the Ethernet cord. That way, I can stream. I believe I looked everywhere else, and man, I just can't find anything else to do to get that delay knocked down other than hooking up to an Ethernet cord. And if that doesn't resolve it, apparently it's a computer problem or something somewhere. And I'll have to figure it out from there, which I'm gonna have to get a hold of somebody computer savvy to figure that out. But we're gonna keep trying. We're gonna try where it can stream. Still having issues trying to get TikTok to hook up. It keeps telling me I didn't make an account. My account don't exist when I know it does exist. But we'll have to figure out something there. I am thinking about doing. I don't know about Twitch or Kick. One of the two. I know I won't be on YouTube, streaming YouTube. But like I said, I just gotta get that delay down. That delay down, and then so that way we can converse better. Friends of mine were helping me out the other day. There was a short stream, and we couldn't get that lag or that delay to stop. It was like 15. I start the stream, and it was like 15 seconds before it showed up on their accounts. And then by the time they responded, it was another 15 seconds. So a total of 30 seconds going both ways, and you can't carry a conversation like that. That's one of the things I want. I want people in the chat talking, give me somebody to talk to. And of course, doing that, we will make the videos out of that. And if we have to, if I have to bring my main character in to build something or for him or something, then so be it. But I am going to play it on hard mode. I'm looking at only bringing the suit. Yeah, here I had to unstuck. Couldn't get out of it. But man, I don't know. Man, I think what I want to do, instead of using guns, I just want to use bow and arrows, and maybe melee. I never meleeed in this game other than using my knife. I think that's what the sledgehammers are for. Just haven't found any other purpose for the sledgehammer yet. But I'm just looking forward to it, and hopefully we can get into it before long, and that way we can have some good fun there. But what I am looking at doing, like I said, is playing some Ark Ascended with some friends. Here I'm just looking to see if I can see any exotics down in there. There was a couple of those I've actually found exotics in after that one mission was over with. That's the only reason why I was looking down there. I think that was one of them. That's the reason why I just went past it. But we're going to get down here and get to figure out what we're going to need on the next deal. I think this next one's where the food was at. It shows you how much food, and that was a lot of food. That was a lot of cooking, but luckily I had most of the vegetables already done. I did have to go find some extra vegetables like corn and stuff like that. And of course, that phone don't make not one ding sound until I start recording. But yeah, I mean, like I said, it's a decent mission. Other than you have to do a lot of food prep, and I went ahead and waited for everything to be done before taking it to it. I didn't want to take a chance of it spoiling, because you are talking like 100 fruit pies, which fruit pies ain't no problem. You got 24 hours after you cure it with salt, but the rest of it had like 30 minutes, 20 minutes, or something like that. But I don't know what would happen if you just ran up in there. Would the pod land on you if you try to get underneath it? I wonder if it'll kill you or just knock you out of the way. But I do know when they take off, if you're too close, it'll push you out of the way, but it'll also give you damage. So I don't know if it lands on top of you, if that'll kill you or not. However, I did find a couple of places there, as you saw when we ran through there, of trying that geysers out in the Arctic zone. See here, I'm so nervous about getting hit by that thing. But yeah, here we're going to figure
Here
out
we
all that
go. You got it.
stuff. Now all that stuff I had to go gather and everything, I didn't show all that, but I did show all the cooking and the prepping and all that stuff I had to do. That was kind of crazy. And here I just running out the south side of it, so that way I'm not staying in that storm. I don't I don't think it was that bad for us getting out of there. I wonder why they won't let you jump when you sprint. There, I caught myself going the wrong way. You know, where you can jump while you're sprinting, but for some reason I can't get him to jump while he sprints. But be pretty cool if you could. And then we're back at the base. Now we're going to start gathering up stuff and getting the stuff that we need. Uh, I thought I thought the tonic deal was the hard one, but it's not. It's fairly easy. And I was going to just get some bags out of his deal so that way I can store all this stuff without worrying about running out of space. Because I was seriously thinking about just running through like we just did, but I was like, yeah, knowing my luck, I'll probably die or something en route to it. But we're going to get our ammos out here and go make some. I think it's incendiary that we had to make. We had the buckshot, but which I had a lot of that anyway. But that's right, we're getting the Arctic pelts and it don't. I forgot one set there, 150. But it was quite a bit of stuff. It probably would have took a whole lot longer if I didn't have all the gunpowder already made, all the bullets and everything already made. I'm thinking that one, all we had to do was make enough. No, I already had the cured leather too, so all we had to do is just make the bolt action on that stuff. And here I'm just going to go ahead and these take so much time to make, so I figured I'd just go ahead and make the 25, get the 25 making, or I think I took 30, maybe 25, 30. But at the same time, I want to start getting some other stuff started too. See there, that's what we're going to start with here anyway, is the fruit pies. That is just cherries and watermelons, which you can see we had plenty. To get all that stuff made. Now I knew we was going to need fruit pies. I remembered that, so that's the reason why I already planted the watermelons. Normally I wouldn't plant the watermelons or the pumpkins just because they take up so much space, because you can only stack them up to 20. And the sad part about these pies, you only stack at 10. So if you need 100, that's 10 slots you're going to have. So it's unreal. And then I made a mistake and thought it was 100 for the vegetable pie too, and it was only 75, I think. But I wound up making 100 of those. So. But here we're going to make these guns, and I need to find this one. I found I need some more steel. But you can see here we had plenty of shotgun ammo. Which that's right, we need to turn that into explosive ammo. The center area there, I think it was 75 that we needed. And it was pretty easy to go ahead and make the remaining bullets. We needed 250, and I think we wind up having to make like under 100, I think. Because I think mistaken we had enough for that, but as far as when we made the incinerator, we lost that 75. That's right. But we'll gather all this stuff up here, and we'll head over and turn that stuff in, get that part of it off the screen there. That way we don't have to watch it. Which I screwed up because I don't know how it happened, but somehow I removed what I needed off the Quest off the screen. I had to go in and mess with the keys and stuff, the key bindings and stuff to find out which one was which to get it back up there. But the important part is we getting all this stuff done, and it's gonna. I think I put all that ammo in the same one. When it's all said and done, and then we turn around and just made our ammo up again. Here, I just want to make sure it's 150. I think I had to go back and get some more iron to make more ammo casings. At least I think it did. No, I didn't. Sit here and make all that room. There's going to be still have quite a bit of ways to go with the making the rest of the guns. That, and I'm trying to figure out, some friends are saying about alerts are not coming up. When I post a video, they're not getting any alerts. And what I was looking at when I upload, it showed that there's a spot there where I can go to event settings to set that to send an alert out. But I had not been able to find it on stuff I already got uploaded. So I don't know how to correct those, but I'll just go ahead and for here on out and try to remember it. But once I set it, it's supposed to stay set permanently. I'm not exactly sure where, if it's in the actually uploading section of the video, as far as uploading it to YouTube, or if it's somewhere in the studios. I'm going to have to try to figure that out. Now I started with a code here not too long ago, and I'm hoping hell this ain't coming back. But I'm hoping it ain't anyway. Here I was debating whether to do something different or not, but that's when I decided I'll just, go do some stuff and come back, and then took off from there. And this is where I was trying to figure out what happened to the Quest information. But yeah, it's number 7 on your keypad, and that's what brings it back up. Got that. Now we got that figured out. Now we're gonna probably take the rest of the stuff out of here, and then we're just gonna go down and drop off all the weapons and stuff. Apparently I might have forgotten to record the rest of the weapons being made. But we're going to go get that in part done, and then get that out of the way, get him fed first. That Omni-Feeder, man, gives you that extra 200 stamina and 200% stamina regen. That makes things nice for him. You can get on across there and get going fast. Don't do much for swimming, does it? I'm almost out of savory rolls too, and then some big breakfast and meat pies. So I'm gonna have to do some farming here before long to replenish that up. But yeah, that took quite a bit of time getting all that stuff made. And like I said, if I would have had enough of all the ingredients, it probably wouldn't take near as long. But I had to go out and search for corn and more berries and soybean while my wheat was growing in the greenhouse because I ran out of flour too. I ran out of pastries. I had to make more pastries. Which, in order to make enough pastries, I had to go out and kill some animals and get some meat so I can get enough animal fat. And then after that, I needed more meats in order to finish up animal fat for I think it was the freshwater fillet curry. I think is what that was. In order to complete that too. So I'm out of animal fat, so I'm gonna have to go and refill it, get that filled back up. That's gonna take quite a bit of time too. That's a lot of hunting, but I got a key spot where I'm gonna go, which is right here in the Arctic zone and those Arctic wolves. Especially when you first come in, there's quite a few wolves usually, especially on the other side. So that's probably what I'm going to wind up doing is farming them from them, and that way I can stockpile the animal fat back up. Like I said, the Arctic stuff, like the Arctic pelts and everything. I mean, I had that stuff already. Uh, so a lot of that stuff you will already have, especially on this one here. Now, food-wise, that's a little different. You'll have to have a whole lot of storage for that much food.
You're good to go.
Because I already had so much cooked already, especially the chocolate cake, which I I'll probably get rid of the chocolate cake since I don't actually need the XP. So, but then again, that's 300 life on top of it. So that would be a missed out opportunity there for food, especially if I run out of something else. Which I can probably replace that savory roll with it. I think savory roll. It'd be the savory roll or the meat pie I would change out with it. I think. I do not know if that 25% XP would count towards tames or not. I know there's shared XP, but I don't know if that would increase theirs as well. Here, I just want to make sure everything was salted so that way it didn't spoil. At the time, I did not pay attention that would last 24 hours after it was cured. But I went ahead and took it all back in and cured everything. Avocados, put those away. But at the same time, like I said, I had to get the rest of the pies out and counting them up, see how many I needed. I thought I needed 5 more, but come to find out there was some inside the deal that wasn't finished making. I just didn't see them. Or that, or I came back later and did it, or something. I just can't really remember how I did that now. But I think it was that I came back later after I went and got the berries. That's right. I had to go get the berries to finish it. But it is what it is. Like I said, I was trying to get everything made up and ran out of certain things and had to go back. Like I said, like right here, trying to see what was missing out of what I needed to complete it. And it was the bread, the pasta anyway. Pasta, yeah, pasta. Pastry, excuse me, pastry. And this is basically here in a little bit. I'll wind up leaving out and go getting all that stuff. Uh, hopefully, if I like Ark, I think I might do some videos on Ark. I don't know. But then again, I'll be playing with my friends too, so they gotta have their permission to record it. So, but especially like some of the stuff that we talk about, we might not want to put on the channel anyway. But that's just that we get joking around kind of rough, and we don't want to hurt people's feelings. Which it will probably hurt a bunch of people's feelings. And then I came back from going out and getting some meat and stuff, hunting and soybean and berries. The next time I would go out, I'll wind up getting corn and some wheat and some more soybean. I thought about building. I mean, if I can stack these up, it'd be better. But I was thinking about getting like probably 3 or 4 more and just keeping a good stockpile. But being this close to the end, I really only need the food that I need to survive on. Uh, there ain't no sense in making a whole bunch of different types of stuff because I don't think we have another one of these. I don't think. I'm not exactly sure even what the next quest will wind up intoing either, but I do know one of the quests will have to take on a boss or something, and then 2 scanning, I think, missions I'll have to do. I'm gonna try to get those on the same one, on the same video. That way we can uh, try to hurry up and get through it. But that way we ain't got another like 10 or 11 minute video going out or something, which would basically be a short for some reason. And I'm not really looking at getting into shorts unless I come across something that's really hilarious. Uh, but yeah, I'm hoping Ark turns out alright. They said they have a server that's not so laggy. And that was my big issue the last time I played it. It was just so much lag. But they had a ton of people on the server, which that was going to cause lag. But if I can't sit back and enjoy the game without all that freeze framing, y'all saw how I was with it freeze frame on that one mission, and I had to do something about that. I couldn't keep going with it like that. But that's me. I mean, not everybody's that way. I understand that, but for me, that's the way I am, though. And I think I got plenty of gunpowder made, I think. Or maybe not. I don't know. I thought I had more than that. Oh, that's right. I did make that ammo. Yeah, never mind. Yeah, I guess I have to reload that up for some more. Yeah, I'm gonna have to make a lot of flour to make up for what I did have. I really did like the way the what is it again? Savior. Ah, the bread roll one there anyway. I did like the stats off that one, so I might just go ahead and just make more of them anyway. But I'll have to get quite a bit more flour going in order to get enough pastries to do all that. Last time I made all that stuff, that took a lot of pastry. One thing for certain, we definitely got enough eggs, so we're good on that. Man, I tell you, those battery ones don't seem like they last that long. They do give off better lighting, but they just don't seem to. What do you want to call it? Lat. You know, it's no. It's definitely not a Duracell battery. Let me put it that way. And here I'm just counting up how much I have of what, and that's when I realized I was going to have more soybean and stuff like that. Yeah, this what happened with that berry one. I already had 5 in there and they weren't salted, so they weren't stacking. But now there's 100 in there. For some stupid reason, I was stuck on thinking 100 for the vegetable pies too, and kind of found out we need 75 of those, and then I needed 100 freshwater filet. Yeah, freshwater filet curry. Which, the stats on it didn't look that bad either, but not as far as not as good as the stuff that we have. Or, the meat pie and plus the big breakfast and the savory roll. Savory roll. That's what I'm talking about. Savory roll. Man, he just come running up inside my building here. What is he thinking? Yeah, I'm trying to get rid of some of that ice and stuff. I want to prep that meat up so that way it doesn't wind up spoiling. But I think we wind up. I can't remember if we used cooked with that or we wind up turning that into animal fat. I think it was animal fat. And you see me for some reason in my head at that right there at that moment, I was thinking that savory rolls was on that list, and yeah, I don't know where my brain went on that, but we figured it out though and was able to complete the quest. It was just that it was so, how you want to say, frustrating that got myself sidetracked like that, thinking it was something else. I mean, it's right there on my screen. fill back that salting table up. But I'm thinking we almost got enough ammo and stuff made so that way we can finish out the game. But, or at least Olympus anyway. At least I hope we do anyway. Yeah, and the rest of this is just making stuff, making all the pastry and all that stuff. But like I said, I would have to go out and get some more ingredients and stuff. But it didn't take near as long as after that point. I spent more time going out and getting the stuff than I did cooking it, so got to keep that in mind. I got to remember what I did with all my thermoses, but yeah, I decided to come in and get the wheat. I think. No, it wasn't ready yet. Here I think I already had some fish fillets. So I made what I could, and I still had to go and get some more stuff, some more fish anyway to finish it off. Yeah, the soybeans and the fish. Mm. Yeah, at this point here, that's when I was starting to realize, well, it's going to take a little bit longer than I expected. As I sit there and wait, I think the main deal was I was just waiting for a full stack or a couple of full stacks to put away before I went hunting. That way, I just made sure it didn't spoil while I was out running around. Uh, that would have been devastating. Cooking all that up, and then about before you get there, it'll all spoil before you get there, and you have to come back just to make like 10 of each thing or something like that, just so you can go back and try to get it in there before it's spoiled again. Uh, yeah, this is when I realized I was learning way more animal fat. just trying to get things situated, man, where I'm hoping I have enough room for all that. But yeah, I'll have to go get some more animal fat and stuff like that, and more corn for certain. I think this is where I went and got the corn and wheat. I think once I found what I'm calling my big chicken, but why it's so hard to see. And there he is finally. Yeah, it's either I went and got the fish or I went and got the corn and soybean. But soybean and corn, and some wheat. Yeah, so here we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna be cooking for quite a while here. Yeah, but I'll get everything loaded up, and we'll take it and get it over there for it so that we get the mission knocked out. Like I said, I think we got one boss fight and then two scanning deals left, I think, and one, I think one we have to fight some creatures or something. But anyways, with that being done, we'll be in the final stages of the operations, which would be good for me anyway. I'm ready to get into the big hunt. Only downside of that great hunt, I think, is once you initiate it and you start doing that, I think those the not the main boss, but the smaller ones will stay on the server permanently. So with that, when they hit, I hope the server doesn't crater on me. If not, that means I'll have to start a new world and be able to do the great hunt. But that does that. But if it does that, then we'll just deal with it when it happens. Only downside is I'll have to build everything again. But with this guy here, that won't take long since he already got all that main stuff unlocked. We just have to build temporary benches to get to the big stuff to make everything. But especially efficiently. Uh, yeah, here I'm just getting the last of certain things done. Yeah, I'm looking for all that corn. I think that will be the last of what we actually need, I think. Or no, I have to do the soups, I think, after this. You can see we got a couple of them soups already made. There, oh, that's right. I'm just checking to see how long it takes for them to spoil. That way, I'd rather know ahead of time if I'm gonna have plenty of time to get down there, or if it's gonna be something that's gonna have to be rushed. But I think we will have plenty of time to get down there. It doesn't take that long. It'll take longer if I ran straight through the winter area, but I think I just went out the forest side, got it done. Yeah, all I have left is the soups to make, or the excuse me, freshwater filet curry. I'm gonna get that right. I think this, yeah, this is where I realized I'm gonna have to go out and get some more animal fat and make some more animal fat. What was it? Fish fillets, I think. Yeah, I keep scrolling all the way down past it. I really don't know what to do with all that ice. Hmm. I need to figure something out to do with it anyway. All I keep doing is destroying it. But I can't find super cooled ice or anything like that. But I'll figure it out sooner or later, though. Yeah, here I just went out and hunted, got some more meat. If you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm keep looking around because a lot of times I pull that knife out to go carve something up, and next thing you know, I get attacked by another jag or cougar anyway. And all I'm going to do right up here is just taking the meat. But we wound up needing quite a bit. Well, I don't think we needed really that much more to go, but I went and killed quite a few more animals there to get that knocked out. I don't know why. Yeah, here's that one there. They messed a group of those messed me up earlier. I was out doing some hunting there, and caught me off guard and pinched me into one place. And the next thing you know, I was taking quite a bit of damage. I think there's a total of 6 of them all the way around me, but all of them knocking the living crud out of me. There they are. Tell how fast they take me out. Oh, that wasn't that time then. It was the other time then. Actually, I might have cut that out. What happened? But they had me all the way down to like 100 and something health. It was all in the red there, and it happened real quick too. That was the downside of it. Now I didn't check those for that meat because all I ever get from them is bacon. That's where I got all the other bacon from. I think that was enough. Or did I get one more? Or so, a couple more. Yeah. I'm still really cautious about them jaguars. Yeah, I think that was at another hunting street where I got beat up on like that. Yep. Yeah, I think I cut that section out because I think after I made these, I went and got the oxide, the 400 oxide we needed to finish it. They had all the stuff together in order to go finish it. I know I'm gonna make a bunch more big breakfasts and savory and all that stuff, savory rolls and stuff for meat pies, which I'll have to have a good size hunting. You know what I mean? In order to get all that done, but that'll take quite a bit of time. But like I said, I think if I go up to that Arctic side of it, where all those snow wolves are, I can probably get the meat way faster than I could here in the desert. Uh, the downside of using the gun is that the other wildlife will hear you use it and they'll just take off sprinting, so you're just stuck with like 1 or 2 kills. But yeah, we're almost done. Uh, like I said, these are the first times I've done these. I've never had an issue with a map, even with how many things I've had, other than, like I said before, with windmills. You get too many windmills down, that would cause you some game lag. But other than that, with all the drills and everything I've used to put down, I know that one time I had like, I think 20 something drills and nothing, no lag or nothing. So I don't know if it's just the map itself that's causing that issue, or is it something that's normal. But I haven't seen anybody else have issues with it. So I don't think it has anything to do with the game itself. I think it just has to do with the way the server wound up, or I did something on the server anyway that caused the issue to take place. But here I don't know why I have to keep checking to see what all I needed for that. By now I should have known by now what I needed. But and this will just finish up everything that we need. At least I think it does anyway. Or did I need to go get more fish? I think. It's one or the other. I can't really remember. We'll we'll sit here and watch it and find out. But I think I have to go get more fish in order to finish up the 100, or I thought was 100. But no, actually the soups were 100. It was the vegetable pies I didn't have to have 100 of. But I went and got them anyway. made 100 anyway. Now, like I said, when I start sticks, it'd be a brand new character. The only thing I think I want to bring down is one oxygen tank, one water bottle, the two modules, in the suit. I don't think I'm going to bring any armor down or bows or anything like that, any weapons. Uh, I will use the chickens and the cow, one cow, to produce milk uh, and eggs, so that way I can make the chocolate pies and stuff. But outside of that, I think that's all we're going to use out of the shop area until we get to hunting exotics and stuff like that. We might be doing the workshop stuff. Like I said, if I have to, I can bring this guy in. He can make a bow or something for him to use. But we are going to take the 10 levels. You get 10 levels when you go into that sticks with a new character. And since we'll be playing on hard mode, I am going to take those 10 levels. That way I can unlock the important stuff. I won't be. I think you have to be level 15 to unlock the contact device, and I think you have to be level 20 for stone building. So we'll probably wind up just tucking it out until he gets to level 20, and then just let him run the map all by himself. And like I said, once we're done with those missions and that world with that character, I'll probably bring my main character in to do the mission so he can get all that stuff unlocked and the great hunt part of it. Now my new character won't do the great hunt. We'll just do the regular sticks missions and stuff. We will be doing the operation part, or those little short missions and stuff that you can do to get rewards and stuff to help out. So hopefully we can get some either armor pieces or something to help out. I just won't be able to repair them, but without having the stuff to repair it. And here, that's where I went and got the fish and to finish it up. Yeah, man, I tell you, this was something. That was a lot of food prep going on there. And but like I said, we were able to get everything done and get it all complete, loaded up and hauled but with it. I know for a fact, like I said, we're going to need more savory rolls made and stuff like that. So that's probably what I'm going to be doing for a couple of days here, getting the meats and cooking all that stuff up. And I still got, like I said, I got to go back and test that, see if a couple of days was good enough to let the exotics respawn, or then if it doesn't, still don't have any exotics, what I'll do is I will go to another site here in the desert, set it up and run it. If there's no exotics there, then I'll go and look for an exotic deposit and mine it, wait for the meteor shower to come through and see if it respawns the exotics in it, or if it's just a permanent done. I don't see it being permanently done, but then again, there are a lot of geysers on the map in different areas and stuff. But like I said, I still do want to try out the Arctic zone. I am really curious about what comes out in the Arctic zone. And it'd be nice if you get the black wolves, so that'd be quite a bit of how you want to say, exotics in that there. But not only that, we can get legendary biomass and stuff like that, so for the legendary weapons and stuff. I think the first hunt gives you some kind of mining module that goes on your arm, and I think then the next one is where you get bananas unleashed. I don't know what good bananas would do me, but I know I can't remember exactly which one you get on sticks. But anyways, hopefully we can get all this knocked out and done, and everything start getting everything set up and ready for streaming. And hopefully I can figure out the deal with TikTok. And I got to decide whether or not if it's going to be Kick or Twitch or what. But nonetheless, YouTube is going to happen no matter what. But like I said, I just got to get that delay down. and I'm hoping it's not my PC. But I don't think it is though. Like I said, it takes a while for me to download stuff now compared to what it used to when I had an Ethernet cord plugged into it. But like I said, I'll just move everything back there and try that first, and hopefully that'll work. I just gotta get help moving everything. I know that one roll top desk back there is heavy, heavy. So, but then again, it all depends if I can get everything to fit in that room anyway, because this desk my computer's on is pretty good size. We'll get it all figured out here before long, though. I think these are the last of them here. And when they get done, we'll just transition down. I won't show them traveling all the way around. At least I don't think I will anyway. Here I'm just counting, make sure I had everything, and then I'll go dump some stuff off, and I know that's right. I think I need the last of the fish. I think I went ahead and harvested this for flour. Yeah, there's where I broke my sickle. Damn it. I should have went ahead and had that fixed a long time ago. Or repaired a long time ago, let me put it that way to you. That way it wouldn't have to stop there, you know what I mean? It just, that's something else I also need to do is figure out a better time consumption on this deal here. On how to set up certain things, to do certain things at a certain way and stuff like that. I know, man, I wish it was a little easier, I guess, in a way to better manage the time of doing things in the game. But I'll eventually get there on that, though. It just takes a little time to get accustomed to it. I'm just used to coming and doing whatever I want and not worrying about anything else. But this here, like I said, I'm anticipating sticks, and I just want to get in there and get taken care of, Yeah, here's when I went down and picked up the oxide, which we had a drill not too far away from that. Too far away from us at all. Oh. Also need to work on the building techniques too, building design. But I'll do that on sticks with my new character. And there's that 400. Now all we got to do is go pack everything up, and then we'll transfer down there to get all that put in. Get that mission done, and then like I said, for a couple of days there, I think I'll be focused on getting my food levels back up, my food storage back up anyway. That way we're not, I'm not running out of food, especially if we're able to handle the great hunts. The great hunt, if I'm able to do the great hunt, I want to make sure I got plenty of food and ammo and everything. But if we wind up having issues, then well, we'll have to figure something out. Really do miss that little deal they had going there with little satchels there. All you had to do is push short, and you was no longer encumbered. But now it's now you can't do that anymore. Or it could be on just on my server where it's all messed up or something. But we'll find out sooner or later. I don't know why I keep doing that. In and back out, in and back out. But like I said, this is almost done here now. And like I said, we get all this loaded up. We'll head down there to the drop pod and send it off. Which, yeah, here's I only need 75 of these here. And I wound up making 100. I was just checking how long it's going to last on. Making sure I was going to have at least 30 minutes or so to get down there with it. In case I actually did something stupid, like actually take on a boss or something without my wolf pack. Which that does make that stuff go easier with a wolf pack. But I don't know if you can take on that court or I forget what they call them, court sites or something. And here we go now. All we need to do here is deliver the stuff, and everything should go pretty good. At least I hope so anyway. We get everything in there, it'll knock this quest out. To all you who subscribed and likes the video and everything, thank y'all so much. Leave a comment. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. That helps me out a little bit. And thank you for watching the video, and I hope all of y'all have a blessed day. All right, we'll see you on the next video. Take care. Peace.
I think you're good. Time to wind up. You done everything they asked. Sinitai more or less owns space. So it's smart to stay on their good side. Keep it up.